Hello, hello. This is Susan Bradley Bortfield, creator and founder of Coaches on the Rise and Soul Speakers Global. I'm super excited to have an amazing guest to kick off our new season of Soul Speakers Global, the incredible, wonderful Renee Marcou. Hello, Renee.
Hi, Susan. Thank you so much for having me on your amazing show. I'm so excited to be here with you.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to connect with you. Before we get started, I just want to read your bio to give everyone just a little tiny taste of who you are and what you're about, okay?
Thank you.
Okay, so Renee Marcou is an award-winning female entrepreneur, coach, professional singer, and songwriter, and she helps go-getters build their ideal lifestyle using smart processes and techniques that awaken their greatest potential. She helps people take charge of their lives, has a 4-week live training that certifies life coaches and gives you the skills to motivate your clients by using the experience and knowledge you already have. Renee's training at the iHeartAcademy teaches you how to eliminate the second guessing and follow simple processes to put your confidence on autopilot so that you will have time to focus in enjoying more of the good life instead. Nice. Yeah. Nice. So, okay, so I've known you for 5 years.
Yes.
So I can tell you that doesn't even start to say what you are all about. And so I want to start there because I think it's super important. What I have come to know about you and love about you is that when there is, a need, whether it's, whatever that need is, you rise to the occasion. You are a true action taker, right? And I have had the privilege to be a volunteer for some of your events that you have created, and also to attend some events as well. And the way that you bring an event to life and the way that you are able to gather the right people to help, you inspire people to get out there and not only sit by the sidelines but really get involved in the community. You are the advocate and spokesperson for Baby Safe Haven, which is a law that passed in Massachusetts where, new moms can drop off their infants in a safe space, and you are the national spokesperson for that. You're a singer-songwriter. You have a nonprofit as well. So when I see the amazing things that you have done to just support these, I don't want to call them causes, right? Because they're more than causes. But when you see an injustice or something happen, you have to get yourself involved. And so before we go into why you now decided in this past year that getting coaches out there and doing their thing really fast is very, very important. And when I say fast, that does not diminish the quality of what you provide. And so, but I want to start, like, what drives you? Like, I mean, somebody says, hey, I'm down and out, basically, and I need the support. And you're like making phone calls and putting people together and organizing things. And you have this amazing relationship with the community that you are from. So just tell us a little bit about What drives Renee Marcou?
Yes. Oh, that's a beautiful question. And before I answer, I do want to say thank you so much for everything that you said and how you really see my spirit. And I just appreciate that so much, because you know how that feels when, you know, you're in the space of like, wow, like someone understands me. Like when you say that about me, I know that you have that in yourself as well, which is why you can recognize that in me. And I truly feel grateful that I'm in this space receiving this gorgeous gift today. I didn't even know that you were going to say all that nice stuff and recognize me for all the work that I've put in to help others in my life. And honestly, that is what drives me. Ever since I was a little girl, I knew I was going to be here to help empower people, to help them believe in themselves, to help people go for their dreams. And I have seen people at their highest high and at their lowest low. And that's such a gift about being a coach, and such a gift about being a spokesperson and a foundation founder, and like all these people who are just in life. And it is a cause, and it is a community, but it really is the person. So
Yeah.
it's really going into that one-to-one with a person and helping them recognize that love within themselves, so that they can grow and expand and be living their dream life as well. And you know that life is it's such a beautiful unfolding. So we're always moving forward. Are we looking back too much? Maybe sometimes we're looking back too much in the past that's keeping us from the future. But what I truly love, and what I love to do in my work, is to show people the mindset and show people how they can get from where they are to where they want to be on a big level.
Yeah.
Yeah. So whether I'm working with, you know, a person one-to-one and they're, you know, in their mindset of like lack or just like pain or just, you know, I know you mentioned Brady's Foundation. I help, that foundation was started for a friend of mine who passed away from drug addiction, a childhood friend of mine. And I started the organization to help people find their voice in the community, because, you know, from where I'm from anyway, it was like you know, there was such a status around it. And I just like wanted to like crush that and just be like, it's okay. Like, we're all human. We all make mistakes. Like, let's move forward and let's recognize, and not, you know, hide in the shadow thinking, well, I can't admit this because somebody's not going to like me, or they're going to be down on me, or I'm going to be down on myself, and all that stuff. So really going to any person. I've worked in a treatment center for over a year. I was working with alcoholics and addicts who are struggling with addiction. So I got to see people at their absolute lowest, and hopefully, and I still keep in touch with some of my old clients, really grow from that point. But really what lights the fire is helping anybody who needs me.
So I love that. And I had the opportunity to volunteer for a few years in that, in your Brady Foundation, and you did the 5K, and you brought the media together, and you're a singer, songwriter, performer, amazing. And so, you know, I remember like being at one of your events, and we actually talked, and you're like, I think I want to start a foundation. And we talked just briefly about it. And then 2 months later, it's like, hey, come to my event. You know, I'm like, okay, I love that about you. You waste no time. When you see the call, you just take action. And it just is such a beautiful, beautiful thing. So I want to just kind of skip forward a little bit, because it's really important that we talk about, because we have this in common, right? First, let me say that Renee, we connected because, you know, when I was studying to be a coach, she helped me through it. I mean, I'm like, help, help. Yeah, I have to have this done in like, you know, the next hour. This is like 11 p.m. at night, and I'm like, oh my God. And you're like, no problem. No problem. I got you. Don't worry, right? So that's just who you are. And so that's why I wanted you to be the person that I kicked off this season of Soul Speakers Global, because Soul Speakers Global is really about the ability to see beyond the humanness of someone, you know, with our flaws and our, you know, I always say, you know, warts and all, right? And you see beyond that to the person's soul, and to see beyond, and you see the beauty in every person. And that really shined through when you were doing your events. Unfortunately, COVID kind of messed up plans a little bit this year, but you know, that's, you see people. I think that's your superpower. And so I love that. But now, in this pandemic, in this time that we're, you know, that we're all in it together, and this global shutdown and things are shifting, and you recognize that people more than ever, and this is what we have in common, people more than ever right now need coaches. They really are seeking, they're really reevaluating where they are and who they are and where they want to go. So what made you say, now's the time? Now's the time.
Yeah, so that, it was completely, universe said to me. So I'll just give you a little bit of background. I know you know this about me, but for anybody watching, I've been a person since I was 18 years old. It was the first time I ever knew the power that I had within myself in order to create the life that I wanted to live. So up until I was 18 years old, and the reason I even had that experience, that awakening, if you will, was through The Secret by Rhonda Byrne, and connecting with all of the amazing like minds that she had in her DVD. So I read the book, watched the DVD at least like 300 times. It's kind of wild, but I like really at 18 was like, this is amazing. I was like, oh my, holy smokes, like I actually have the ability to create the life I want. I grew up thinking, oh, well, if I'll meet the right person, this will unfold, or, oh, like if, it was all like if, and like in this big cloud. So if I was like lucky one day, it would come to me. I had no idea growing up that I actually had the ability to change my life and my future, right? There was some knowledge to it, but there wasn't that bigger universal intelligence aspect to it that I didn't understand. I didn't know that I had a co-creator who was on my side. So after so many years, because now 18 was 14 years ago, but so after being in that,
it's a little more for me. We want to talk about
it. It's just human and time anyway. At the end of the day, it doesn't even matter. But we're working like on myself and law of attraction and other universal laws. After so long and teaching others how to do it, that's when it was like, wow, like things just continue to flow. So I'm a very creative person. It was the beginning of this year, and everything started unfolding with COVID and this quarantine, and so many people are going into fear, not only in my personal life and not only in the people who follow me on social media and all those, you know, outlets, if you will, but also like I started seeing the world like come to this place of like with the news and with all this stuff and the leadership and all these things are kind of, you know, it's this massive situation that came into every single person's life. So yes, was there so much on the outside going on? Absolutely. But you know what that was really doing was going within for everybody, was ticking that box on the inside and being like, hey, what's going on within me? So now it was one of those experiences, and this is my perspective, but it was one of those experiences that people were forced to be inside to look at themselves in the mirror, to not be able to go out to a place where they can forget their worries or forget the things they have to work on, and rather be inside the house. And they're like, okay, cool. Like, do I even like my career? Do I even like my job? Like, do I even love myself? Do I like the partner I'm with? And all of these different experiences and these questions come up for people. And then, you know, we're in this space of like, if you haven't had any training in how to process emotions or how to process the mindset or get it back on track into a good feeling place, people become lost. And it's like, wait a sec, like we don't, like this should be an awakening and such a positive for everybody. That like by the time the world opens back up again, like I encourage and pray that everybody comes out of this pandemic and the situation with a new perspective of who they are and living their best version of themselves. So long story, so sorry.
That's okay. I love how the universe works. I love how.
Me too. I did. So then by February and March, I was putting out free 5-day challenges for people because I was watching people struggle. And I was like, I need to do something about this. So I put out free 5-day challenges on Facebook, and you had to sign up through a link that I put up and all this stuff. And I did one for a yoga and fitness because all of the fitness and gyms were being closed down. And I also teach yoga. So I did a yoga 5-day challenge. I did a beauty 5-day challenge. I did a future 5-day challenge. So I put out a few different things to like really help people, instead of focusing on all this craziness that was happening, like how to really stay calm and lose the anxiety, lose the stress, and not fall into a pattern of that downward spiral. So then ultimately, within a month, I had this feeling place. I was sitting in my desk in my house, and I was like, that was interesting. And this whole idea of teaching people how to coach was literally that light bulb that I knew that, yes, I'm one person and I can go out there and I can talk to my followers and I can talk to the people who like to engage with me, right? And they're gaining that, they're getting the 5-day challenges, like they're getting like that insight. But how major of an impact would that be if I was able to teach other people to do what I do with structure? So then they can have that unfold to the people in their life. They can have that unfold to the people in their life. And then it's just a ripple effect. So I had thought, okay, well, this course has to be a fast-paced course. So I tell everybody who signs up, it's very intense. Like it's going to be a 4-week journey of intense transformation and learning. So you're transforming yourself, but you're also learning how to help people transform their selves as well in all different aspects. I say mind, body, spirit to keep it very, you know, like here's the idea of it, but it's so much bigger than that.
And I know it's so much bigger, right?
Yeah.
Because you understand and I understand, in order to help others transform their life, we have to transform ours first, right? Yes. So you know, we're both very connected. So I understand, like when you say intense, it's like, this is life changing. But when they are done with this 4-week intensive, they have a great understanding of how to effectively affect change, right? Help people change their life. And I love that you're doing it in only 4 weeks, because that's what's needed. That's right. You're meeting people in the moment. You're meeting people in this time and understanding, like you have this unique understanding that this is what's needed. And so, you know, many coaches are rising to the occasion now. And I feel as you do, it's like, you know, because after they're certified, after they have the certification, I help them bring in those clients, you know, and I'm super excited to support you because I know you, right? I've been watching you over these 5 years just do the most incredible things. And we have, kept in touch and talked many times very deeply. So I know that your coaches are going to be so ready to be of service in the world in a very positive and effective way. And I love, because I feel the same way. It's like, okay, if I train 3 coaches then they train, then they serve like 5 people, and those people are empowered to help other people. And then, like I always look at myself as the drop in the pond that creates that ripple, right? I love that. And so I'm super excited to support you in this. And really, I wanted to get the word out because the world does need coaches. And if you're watching this, if anybody's watching this and you're feeling that call to be of service, to help transform lives, it's really important that you understand the structure and how to move somebody from where they are to where they want to be in the right way. So when you're coaching, that change lasts forever. It's not like, okay, go and do this, and then your client goes and does that, and then it's the end of the day, right? It's not about that. And I love that you get that so much. And I love how the universe works. And when I say that, it's like there is a bigger reason in this world that we were all put in shutdown together.
Yes.
There's not one human that was not affected by what is happening in the world right now. Yes. And so to understand on a spiritual level that this shakeup was necessary and it's for our highest good. And so if you're feeling called, if you're watching this interview and you're feeling called to serve, it's really important. Connect with Renee, and she's going to help you in the right way, in the right order, so that you're empowered and confident and ready to go out there and be of service to the world, because that's what she's been doing since she was 18. She is an expert on rising to the occasion. She's an expert on putting things together and bringing things together. She's an expert in training and in coaching and in so many other things that we don't have time to talk about today. But those that know me know that I don't just endorse somebody this heavily or, promote leaders very lightly. I'm not one of those. But I really believe in who you are as a person. I believe in who you are as a leader. I believe in you as someone that is a master creator, and you get it, and I know you get it, and I know you have this magical way about you to help others see it within themselves. And so so I'm super excited. So tell me what has been happening in the academy so far. Like, what has been happening?
So I decided to do the 4-week training, but the whole program came through me, and I'm sitting there just typing it out. I'm like putting together these beautiful, they were like beautiful quotes. They were like, the outline says everything that's involved with the program. But just everything was just coming together so beautifully. And I'm just sitting here like, wow, this was so unexpected, but I'm like just letting it flow through. And since then, I've had the most amazing experiences with my students. They come to me, they know what they're going to get. We get on the phone together first before we even have them register, because I want to make sure that this is a soul's calling for anyone who comes to my training, because I know that it's, you know how it is with coaching, right? We have to really come clean with this and really look at ourselves to say, okay, like, are we willing to drop the old stuff? Like, are we willing to shift and change ourselves? Like, are we really willing to look within in order to help people look within themselves too? Because I know that there's a lot of coaches out there and they've never went through a certification program and they never trained professionally or anything.
Yeah.
So, you know, and some people have such great experience where they can show a person, I started here and I got to here through this experience, and here's how I can help you. And there's been massive success with so many coaches out there who do that. And I think that's a beautiful thing. But in order to really make lifelong changes, I think there's certain steps that go with it, certain life skills, certain rituals and habits that have to go into place. So it's really such a cool, and it didn't come from me. I can't even, like, honestly, I can't even take credit from it. So
that's how I feel every day, right?
I'm like, even when I talk in my videos or like share on my social media, and people will like respond with like a gratitude or something, and I'm so grateful for it, but I'm like, you know, like, I'm grateful to be the conduit, but it's not even me speaking. Like, it's like, I believe in the universe. So I believe that the universal intelligence speaks through me. I'm in flow. I have to do my work in order to get there naturally before I teach, before I train, and, you know, help others in whatever way, shape, or form it is. And then I just let that be the flow. And that's how the whole program started. That's how the whole program goes. We're together intensively for 4 weeks, but there's up to 2 more months that people can come back and read and do their exam. And it's not like goodbye at the end of it. Like, I'm still in contact with every single student that I put through my program that text me on the regular, and they tell me, hey, I have this like really quick idea. Can I run it by you? Yep, we'll jump on a call. Like, it's like, I love to help others who go through my program build up their business too, and build up the different ways that they need to market or whatever to get their name out there, and to let people know that, hey, I'm ready to go as a coach. Like, let me show you the skills I just learned, and let me help you transform from being blocked, based in fear, negative mindset, lack, you know, anything, stressed out, anxiety, all that stuff, and go and have a serious look at what is really holding a person to that story and help them transform. So it's the training is live for 4 weeks straight, but we are in it for a lifetime.
Yeah, isn't that beautiful? I love that, because I'm the same way with my clients, right? It's like that bond is lifelong. And so, yeah, I love this. And through your nonprofit, you really, you know, people that are suffering from addiction, right? Let's go back to that. It's like, they have this view of themselves that they're being judged and they're not good enough, and you know, they don't feel good about themselves, but you help them to see themselves as whole, perfect, and complete, right? And so so I love that what you've done in your nonprofit, which has been amazing, has really had you understand really on a soul level what it takes for somebody to be able to see themselves for the beautiful, magnificent, amazing being they really are in truth, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yes, for sure. And it's all, and honestly, it started with this tragic experience, right? And through my healing in that tragic experience, that was an assignment for me back in 2016. Yeah. I knew that I needed to do this for people. I needed to like help like the stigma go away, you know, and I needed to help people change the story. I needed to help people go into themselves and have a look in the mirror and just let go of judgment for 5 minutes, or like, you know, be able to say, I'm sorry to a loved one that they, you know, did wrong in their mind, or, you know, whatever. And it's just the whole experience of working with people who I personally loved it, because it was like you grab them right at that space of when they can really start to make that transition, right? Because there is like a window of like, hey, I'm ready to do this, I'm going all in. And then if someone's not grabbed like right in that window, they could easily go back to the old story and the old, you know, trauma or whatever it is that they're holding on to, that's not allowing them to release, to move forward. So I couldn't have done it without the support, truly, from you, from all of the amazing volunteers, from the city that help. So many cities in Massachusetts allowed us to hold space in their places, in their outdoors, whatever. So I wouldn't have been able to do it without everybody involved. And I swear the universe put everybody in place in order to have that be seen. And even the people on my team, I'll always be grateful for them. You know, ideas bounce back and forth. 12 o'clock, midnight kind of text, hey, what do you think of this idea for tomorrow's event? You know, it's something that like I gained so much from because of the amazing connections and bonds that I've formed with people, and then also helping people who are struggling with substance abuse really find the light within themselves.
Yeah. And I love that. And so you draw the best out in people. And I've witnessed that time and time again, right? And so I love, because when somebody is considering to be a coach, usually the first thing that comes to their mind, am I good enough?
Right.
Right. And I love that you said that you do a call before you even start, because there are so many academies that just really want the money. You know, just give me the money, and there's no real support. There's no real interaction. It's just a course you pay for and you do on your own, and then good luck, right? Good luck. And so you are a change agent. You are an earthbound angel. I consider you an earthbound angel. And just like you, like whatever I do, it flows through me. And that's something that is not unique to who we are. Anybody can do that. So I love, and I know that you help your clients really accept and love that about themselves as well, so that they can, because building a business shouldn't be hard, right? It should be fun and easy.
Yes.
And
I think transformation's meant to be fun and easy too. You know, sometimes this thought is just coming through my mind. Like sometimes we dread having to look at our trauma, dread having to look at the experiences that put pain within us, or, you know, the breakup, or the experience with addiction, or the family member, whatever. Like we dread these kind of experiences sometimes. And it's like, all we have to do is like prepare the space for it and allow ourselves to move through that. And then it's like, okay, what's on the other side is so worth it. It's so worth it. Walking through the mud or trudging through the mud for a little bit. Like it is so worth it. I've done it time and time again. Cause I mean, I'm spirit, but I'm human too. So like I've gone through massive challenges and had to break through barriers myself. I used to be painfully shy as a child. Painfully shy. I hid behind my mom and dad's leg, mostly my mom's. And they would be like, oh, go off and play with your cousins. No, I want to hang out with the adults. Like I didn't ever want to leave my mom's side. And when I was 15 years old, it was the first time I ever went on stage professionally to sing. And I was like, and in that moment, because life's made up of these moments that are absolute life-changing and life transformational, right? So I have this moment of, if you're ever going to be on stage, if you're going to speak, if you're going to be in front of a camera, if you're going to be connecting with people and I'm shy, I used to be a shy person. Like if you're going to be connecting with people, if you're going to be singing, recording, blah, 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 that whole everything, like I need to break through that barrier real quick. So in that moment, I was like, okay, I'm doing it.
Right. Like I said, okay, so would the successful Susan be afraid of doing a video?
Oh, I love that.
Right?
I love that.
So I believe that you don't have to like really suffer, and that you can just choose to step beyond your fears and just step into who you want to be. And I'm proof. Like I was so petrified, completely petrified of the camera. Wow. And so Kim O'Neill was the first person to interview me, and midway, like I had no lighting, no nothing. I was so nervous that I was babbling. I was like revealing family secrets because I was so nervous. I just started chattering and chattering, making no sense. Kind kind of sounded like some of the politicians we have here in the state.
Oh my gosh.
But then I'm like, okay, who do I want to be? Right? Who do I want to be? And so just deciding to step into her. And then it was like that. It was like, now you can't get me off camera.
Yes, I'm so proud of you.
Right?
I know where you're coming from.
Right? And so I know that you understand that suffering can be optional, but suffering is always for our highest good, even though we can't see it. So I love that. And so I am so honored and privileged to support you in helping coaches, helping people become the amazing, effective coach that they can be. And you help them see that within themselves first, and then help them make the transformation necessary to really be a change agent in the world. And, I'm just so honored and grateful to be supportive of you. And that's why I've volunteered at past events for you, because I just see the amazing gifted leader that you are. And if you're doing it, I'm on board. That's just how it is. And you're one of the very few people I can say that about. And so how can people connect to your academy? So I just want to make sure it's clear. Like, your training is 4 weeks. You have to you'll have a conversation, make sure your heart is really in it, and you are going to dive deep, both feet in, no hesitation. And then the program itself is 4 weeks, and they become certified, which is, nobody's ever asked me if I'm certified. Yes, I am. But nobody's ever asked, but it really is so important. And I know you learned this as well, to know the structure and to be able to, see whether you should coach a certain person, or maybe somebody else would be better suited. And the do's and don'ts, and the don'ts are just as important as the do's. And so I'm so honored to just support you in this. So how can people connect to your, because you have a new session starting on September 8th, right?
September 8th, yes. I know it's right in the corner.
Oh, I'm so excited for you. And so how can they connect to learn more about the Academy?
Yeah, so the most simple way to do so is to go to my website. So do you want me to say the website now, Susan?
You can, and we're going to put all the links and all the ways that people can connect with you as well, because even if it's not in your soul's calling to be a coach, Renee offers so much on so many levels. You definitely just want to be in the energy of who she is and connect with her. But how can, yes, so what is the web address?
So for the Academy, if you're looking to become a certified life coach, the web address is www.iheartacademy.com/become a coach. So you'll see there that you can put your email and your name in, and I will send you the outline of the program so you can feel it out if that feels like what you're looking for. And then within that document, you'll be able to schedule a call with me. So there also will be a button where you can schedule a call with me one-to-one, and I'll get on the phone with you and kind of answer all your questions, any questions you have for me, or comments or concerns, or thoughts about, well, I don't know if I can be there live, for 90 minutes for 2 days a week. Then I can help discuss plans for you with that. Also too, we're our whole academy, everybody knows like what's going on with finances and all that stuff. So we're happy to help with payment plans as well. And honestly, you get such a great community. I have to say, like everybody who's involved with this training, they're phenomenal. Every student and who are now certified coaches who have gone through this program, they're all amazing beings. So there's so much opportunity. It's the training, and that's like that foundation, but there's so much opportunity otherwise. And then if you're not interested in becoming a coach, which actually some people go through the program just to get training for themselves. Like they're not necessarily going to start a business. Maybe they're retired, but like I've had students that have gone through, still got certified, but aren't planning on doing a business. They just did it for themselves and for their loved ones. So I also think that's also really cool too. So I've found that is what happens, but we do have like a business structure module where we discuss, how to set up a business and all that stuff too. So, and it's a lifetime hold in your hand, because it's not like, see you later when you're done. Like I want to help you really grow. And that's why we keep our classes small too, because we want to be super interactive with everybody.
Yeah. I like small groups as well, because it really is really important. I'm just so super excited. So the live training starts on September 8th. And if they can't make the live calls, as their recordings, etc., that they have access to for forever, right? So
yeah, forever.
Yeah. So I know who you are. It's like, okay, so if you're listening and you're feeling that pull, because we know if you're meant to watch this video, there is a reason, right? You're feeling called to. It's your soul calling you to listen. So if you are interested in becoming a life coach, listen to that call, and Renee will help put you in a space where the universe opens up.
Yes.
and helps you to make that happen. So get out of your head.
Yes.
Right? Yes. Don't think about, well, can I really do it? Finances, Release all that. If your soul is calling you to connect with Renee, trust it.
Yes.
That's all I have to say. So I'm super excited. This was so fun. We could have talked about so many other things that you have going on, but
yourself too. So much
good
stuff.
So much good. So I'm so honored, because you are a true soul speaker. What would you like people to take away from today's conversation?
Wow, that's such a beautiful, beautiful question. I am guided to share this. So know what your yeses and your nos are. And when you make that choice in that moment, honor that that's where you are in your present. Honor that this is a choice for a reason. So then if it's a yes, and then you start to hear those old thought, the negative thoughts, the fear, the old paradigm, whatever it is, the stories of why you can't, you can put them on pause and say, thank you so much, but I've made my choice and this is a yes. And then when there's opportunities that come to you and it feels like a no for you, honoring that it's a no for you in that moment, and not having those thoughts to come back up and, recognize them, don't just push them to the side, but be like, I hear you, but I'm saying no because I need to say yes to myself, or I need to say no because this opportunity doesn't feel right for me or where I want to go, and let go of that guilt, let go of that judgment of self, let go of that shame and all that stuff, and just allow yourself to be you. There's so many people walking this earth not knowing who they even are because they have gone, and I've been there at this point at many points in my life. So I always tell my clients now, especially with everything changing so rapidly, if it's a yes for you, it's a yes. If it's a no for you, it's a no. And be happy with yourself and love yourself so much that it doesn't matter what other people are going to say, think, put on you as thoughts, or these negative thoughts coming up in your mind. Just allow them to be what they are and acknowledge them. Say thank you, but like, this is my choice. And really your power.
And I think that's what it's about. Like we, for the first time in our lives, I really feel that it's okay to say no and not do what you think you should do because of the, like if you're just doing something because you think you should, that energy is attached to it.
Yes.
So, right? That
And
energy,
it's all involved.
right.
Yeah.
Right. So I love that you said that because it really, and it's okay. Your no is okay. And just own it. Own it. And don't second guess yourself. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Exactly. Exactly. You got this. I'm telling you.
This.
Yeah.
So, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I hope we play again together soon. Again, so honored. And thank you everyone that's watching. I love giving platforms to amazing coaches such as Renee, because that's my role on this earth, right? Is providing different platforms and helping coaches bring their gifts and their message to the world. And I just love this beautiful co-creation that you and I have done today. And thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It's truly my honor, and I support you 100% in everything that you're doing. So you tell me when I can be there for you, because this has been such a complete joy for me. My energy is on this amazing level right now. I'm taking it with me through the rest of my week. So thank you so much, Susan.
You're welcome. My pleasure. Bye to all. Much love and light.
Yeah.